As I said in part 1 of this video series, eBay is filled with haunted and cursed items. So if you ever want to get possessed, all you gotta do is scroll on over to eBay and make an order. From hundreds of Dybbuk boxes to haunted teddy bears. Let's talk about this and more only in today's video. Top 5 most haunted items sold on eBay Part 2. Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to Top 5. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, but before we begin, why don't you just smash that like button, obviously, comment something down below, and subscribe to Top 5. Now we'll get on with this video. Starting off this countdown, we have the haunted Dybbuk Box. Dybbuk boxes are known to contain a malicious spirit that can and will possess you. In Jewish mythology, a Dybbuk is a malicious spirit that is said to be a disturbed soul of a deceased person. So basically, you don't want to be fooling around with these spirits or boxes. But of course, eBay has many listed for sale on there. Let's take a look at this one particular box. The seller said that he got the box off of an elderly man in South Carolina. In fact, he apparently collects Dybbuk boxes. Anyways, his collection was getting so big that he put it in his crawl space. After doing so, he said it sounded like someone was moving quickly underneath his house. Every day at 3 a.m. he would hear this terrifying noise. Whenever he goes down to check on the box, he feels a cool, heavy air surrounding it. On top of that, his dog often growls at the box and the crawl space. Lastly, he said he heard knocking and children's whispers coming from the box. Due to this reason, he decided to sell the box on eBay. But he was only looking to sell it to an experienced collector, someone that knows how to handle this box and won't just purchase it for fun and then fool around with it. Because the last thing we need is someone buying it as a joke and then the spirit gets out and goes around possessing people. No thank you, 2021 is already bad enough. And in the end, it ended up selling for $39.99. Kind of a steal, not gonna lie. Moving on to number 4, we have the haunted teddy bears. So in part 1, I talked about the haunted dolls that infest eBay. Seriously, there's way too many of them. Well, guess what? Apparently, there's an abundance of haunted bears on eBay as well. Isn't that great? This first bear is apparently haunted by a little blonde boy named Oliver. Oliver likes to move the teddy bear around, so you might set it down in one place and in the morning it could be in a completely different place. The seller even apparently used an Ouija board to contact the spirit possessing the bear. That's when they learned that the boy possessing it was named Oliver and that he is shy, playful, but also scared. Apparently, according to Oliver, he got the bear for his 10th birthday as a gift. But soon his parents were like, whoa, that bear is possessed, we need to get rid of it. Then whatever was possessing the bear originally ended up killing Oliver, and then Oliver got latched onto the bear. What a freaking messed up story. Another haunted bear is this one. It can be bought for only 16 pounds, but it's possessed by a little girl named Sarah. According to the paranormal investigator and collector who once owned this bear, Sarah went missing from an adventure playground one day and was never found. Later, it was discovered that Sarah's mom was using this bear to speak to her dead daughter. The seller of this bear also went on to say that Sarah likes to communicate through EVP, and on a number of occasions she has moved the bear, especially on April 28th, the anniversary of her death. That's when the paranormal activity is most active. In our third spot today, we have the haunted tap shoes. Imagine you're drifting off to sleep when all of a sudden you hear something tapping on the floor beneath you. I'd be terrified and I wouldn't be able to fall back to sleep after that. Well, that's exactly what happened to the person that discovered these haunted tap shoes. According to the seller, the shoes were in a nursery closet in their late aunt's estate. When they first were exploring the estate, they heard knocking coming from inside the closet. They opened it up and boom, that's where the shoes were. They then took them home. First off, why? Second off, why? Anyways, they did, and that's when they heard the shoes tap dancing in the middle of the night. Later, it was revealed that the shoes were haunted by a girl named Lisa. Now, it didn't say how much they sold for, but seriously, unless you're Ed or Lorraine Warren, why would you want to buy any of these haunted items? Especially shoes that are gonna wake you up in the middle of the night when you're just trying to sleep peacefully. In our second spot, we have the Memoir Box. Right away, you can tell by looking at this image that all of those items are cursed. Like, what are we even looking at? It looks like a serial killer's keepsafe box. Apparently though, it's an old memoir box found inside of an old Victorian home during an estate sale. For some reason, the people touring the estate went up to the attic and came across this box, along with some old children's clothes and scrapbooks. I'm gonna stop myself right there. So, for starters, they go to an estate sale and they're like, let's not go to the kitchen to check for some fine china. No, let's go to the attic and see what dusty old creepy things they got up there. Like, what? Anyways, and then they found it and decided to take it back with them. A box with other people's hair in it. Yeah, that seems normal. I hope they didn't actually spend money on that. Anyways, the box was filled with random stuff like a tin monkey, locks of hair, small pieces of paper, and some books. On one of the locks of hair, there's a small slip of pink paper that reads, "Died March 14th, 1920, Little Edgar." Even after discovering that, the person still bought this from the estate sale. Now apparently they had every intention on keeping it, until the box started freaking them out. The seller's dog would just stare randomly at this one corner in their room. It also wouldn't even go near the box at all. So he ended up listing it on eBay for someone else to love. How about we just, let the spirit live in peace, or like, I don't know, donate it to a museum? What do you even do when you have something like that? Just stop buying and selling haunted objects on eBay, honestly. And in our number one spot today, we have the statue. According to the seller, their friend got this statue back in the 1980s. He used to have a job doing brick yard work, and then what he would do was take the unhardened clay, and during his time off, he would sculpt and paint them. Some of the other workers would do the same thing as well. This particular statue was made by a man named William. He claimed that the bust was a self-portrait. Well, sadly, that very day, William was involved in a tragic accident and he got crushed to death. His spirit apparently then latched onto his sculpture. The seller saw his friend's sculpture and decided to take it home with him, preserve the memory of his friend instead of just throwing it out. But that night, he woke up to the sound of someone walking around his house in circles. He checked his home, but no one was there. Later on, other weird things started to happen, like he would hear doors slam shut, only to find no door had actually closed. The scariest thing though is when one night he saw a dark mist moving in his den. He walked in and the room felt heavy and uninviting. Later he realized it was the statue causing all these problems when he noticed his dogs wouldn't go near the statue and refused to even look at it. So that's when he decided to list it up on good old eBay, so someone else's dogs can be spooked by it. So in conclusion, as tempting as it may seem to buy a haunted item off of eBay, maybe don't, just leave it to the professionals to take care of. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below which one of these items was the creepiest in your opinion. And now, speaking of comments, I'm going to be shouting out comments from the first part to this series. Jay Glez commented, "Miss Lindsay, as much as I love you on Most Amazing Top 10, I love you on Top 5 Scary Videos." Dude, for a second I thought they were gonna be like, "As much as I love you, stay off of Top 5. Because, I've gotten a lot of those comments. But thank you, this is sweet. This is, a change. So thank you, Jay. I like you. Melissa Willoughby commented, "Hi Lindsay, I just started watching this show. You're hilarious and love the content. I must agree that if someone told me that is the devil's book, don't read, I would throw it in a lake." Well, hey Melissa, glad that you enjoy watching the show. Don't know what you were saying there. Just don't read cursed books. So, yeah, throw it into a lake. That's fair. I'd do the same, or burn it. That'd probably make the demons mad though. I don't know. Donate it. Give it to the library. There you go. Doggy Like Sit commented, "Happy Friday the 13th. Wow, wasn't that great? Like that video was literally posted on Friday the 13th. Did you guys watch any spooky movies? Maybe little Jason? Anyway. Alright guys, that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Top 5 for more spooky videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see ya. Stay spooky. 5 has seen my hair? Yeah. I'm gonna do that for every video. First time? Okay. This video. Starting off this content, what was that? Starting off